So, we are going up. We are in Bana Hills. The longest cable car I have ever experienced in my life is gonna happen right now. And it's one of the longest in the world, I suppose. I'm not sure, I have to check. But that's how they advertise it, as one of the longest in the world. And it looks impressive, I have to say, as soon as there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4 in parallel. Let's get clear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe they don't go all the same place, but that's how big it is. And yeah, that's a joy. As you remember, I missed a cable car in Buddha statue in Hong Kong, and I made a video about that you don't know exactly what's meant for you to experience. So it was not that, but it is this one. I had a 1 hour ride from my place to here on motorbike. Well, it's a scooter, it's a small scooter, it's no big deal in terms of motor, but for me it was by far the greatest experience in terms of riding a scooter. I learned, as I said, I had only one previous experience for a short time in Koh Phangan Island 11 years ago, but that was by far less crowded than it is right now. So right now my driving skills had to go up a notch to be able to drive through the city of 1,300,000 population. So the city is pretty big, Da Nang. But luckily for me it feels big, but imagine how it is to do the same driving in Hanoi, or worse in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh, which is 10 times greater. Yeah, 10 times greater than Da Nang. Now I can imagine how the traffic would be there. But anyway, here I'm enjoying my ride from Bana Hills up to Golden Bridge, the most famous tourist destination in Da Nang by far. I'm not sure whether back there we see Da Nang. I don't know, I cannot say for sure. If looking there in distance it looks like there is sea, but I cannot say for sure that back there is Da Nang. Not sure, hard to say. I don't think so, because the city looks much bigger. I would rather say it's this direction. There, it looks more likely that is the case. Because the time to, let's say, the time to pass the city, you have to go through roughly 10 kilometers or more. But man, you have really big traffic. Big according to my standards, okay? And you have to ride it on the motorbike. It's a great experience. I did it the first time at 47, so for me that is an achievement. But of course you can do this much in your life if you want. You can start driving motorbike much earlier, and the best for you is to really expose yourself in those Asian traffic, because that's what here you learn the most. You will learn two things. You will learn to adapt, and first of all you will learn a lot to trust in yourself, that you are protected, that you are safe in an apparent chaos, organized chaos. And once you learn to flow and be present all the time and trust yourself, then you'll see that this driving style becomes pleasurable it's not gonna feel extremely stressful. It is gonna be stressful in the beginning, but up to the point where you kind of incorporate everything what it means to drive here. You're like getting familiar with all possibilities, people coming from all over directions, and it doesn't matter, but you will feel in the same time, you know, you'll feel you'll get so much used with the way it's being driven here, and you will not be upset at all with people coming from the opposite direction, because you will feel that there is a care that nothing bad happens. Whereas in Europe, when somebody disobey the rules and make some stupidity or some selfish move, crossing your path and that kind of thing, that you really become nervous, because you would not expect that kind of behavior, and that is more frustrating than driving here, let's say, where you kind of expect all possibilities of traffic from all directions, and all chaos is okay, is acceptable. But anyway, in this 28 kilometers ride, only 10 kilometers, let's say 10 to 12 kilometers were harder in the beginning. The second part was so much more enjoyable. It was empty road, beautiful nature like you see here all around, and that was actually, and the road almost all empty, to the point that when you reach here in the Sun World, you will see that the place is pretty busy with scooters, with cars and coaches and buses and everything. It's like, as I said, the most visited destination in Da Nang, and it's normal to be like that. So yeah, that's what it is. I did this video since almost 8 minutes. I filmed quite a lot of what we see, so I have a lot of remembering. I filmed also on the backwards. Then I'll stop right here.